Two, if it one, yep, three. SC and double OP, D go double G. Two, if it one, yep, three. I cut so much you thought I was a DJ. Two, if it one, yep, three. SC and double OP, D go double G. Two, if it one, yep, three. I cut so much you thought I was a DJ. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Get an attitude, pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like
All right, y'all. Happy. What day is it? What day are we today? What month are we? What year are we? All right, Snoop Dogg, shut up, bruv. We love you, but shut up, bruv. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Hello, happy Wednesday. Today's August the 20th. I hope we are all happy, healthy, and wealthy. How are you guys doing today? What is going on? Shouts out to everybody in the chat. We got 2741 people in here. Listen, the comeback. Hold on. I told y'all, man, the comeback, baby. Okay, the comeback. We're back. We're back to streaming. Don't know what's up with my hair. Don't look at it. We're back to streaming 3 times a week, likely Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today has to be one of those days if I'm here streaming. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Shouts out to the Nexus. Let's look at getting let's look at entering some trades, man. I want to get into some trades. How are you guys doing? How was your trades? How were your trades? How's your trading week? I'll tell you this. My week, our week in the Nexus is absolutely insane. I haven't missed like at all this week. We're like, I don't even know. I haven't had a losing trade in like 8 days. Something like that. We've been like, it's crazy. It's been actually crazy. I just took a Dogecoin long, right? Literally as the countdown was going on, I took a Dogecoin long. And I'm looking to long Solana here, but I'm not getting the confirmations that I want to see. So we're probably going to have to follow it up. I don't know how well this is going to work out. Like I said, I've been on a win streak. I'm on like an 8 win streak or 8-day win streak right now. But yeah, I'm looking to get into some positions, looking to hang out. So if you're here, grab your coffee, come hang out with me. Let's take some trades and let's talk, man. Like, how you guys doing? How y'all doing? Are you guys doing well? How's your trading been? Who cares about me? It's not about me. Shouts out to the Nexus, but how has your trading been? Do I have my charts up right now? Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna look for some trades. I thought, by the way, I was telling the Nexus on Sunday, we did our analysis getting ready for the week, and I told everybody that I think it's gonna be a very difficult week. I think it's gonna be very choppy. And it actually ends up so far it's the easiest week ever, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll see how it goes. So I did take a new trade. These are all my positions currently. Okay, I don't show my positions often, and I'm not going to show my positions often, but I did just take a new long on Dogecoin. I took 50% out already, so you know, we're up 1100 on that. These are my shorts. They're very low margin because most of the profits, like, I've already taken them, right? 3K, 1K, 400 bucks. Those are all my positions and not in anything else. Yeah. and we're gonna look to get into some trades. So let's hang out, let's chill, let's talk. If you have any questions, you know, ask me what you need to ask me, and let's see if we can go over and take some trades, man. Let's take some trades. Did you guys check out the USDT video yesterday? All right, Sigma says we're going for the lows for sure. What's up, Blocky? How are you, bro? Raven's in the chat. Shouts out to Raven. Mahim, sup, Kenny. Rar. We have 27. Wait, we have 27 LOL. People were freaking over me saying Bitcoin's only worth $20. Oh, in Randy's stream. Man, listen, people are so stupid. Like, it's not that I'm saying, okay, when I say that I wouldn't pay more than $30,000 for Bitcoin, that's not me saying that it's gonna go to 30,000. You know what I mean? Like, that is not me saying it's gonna go to 30,000. When I say I believe that it's worth $30 or $20, that's not me. Like, that's just what I think, you know? Like, who cares about what I think? People are so stupid, bro. People are so stupid. Like, I don't think... I'm gonna be so honest with you. Even if it was $20, I don't know if I would buy it. I'd rather buy a random thing on Amazon for $20 instead of buy Bitcoin. But that's me. Like, I'll still trade it. I'm a trader. I'm not a crypto guy. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Right? Anyway, yeah. So whatever. Those people can, you know, like, fuck off. I don't care. Just because I don't have a Bitcoin boner, like, whatever, you know. No trade for you today. You're gonna get some breakfast and chill. Man, come chill, bro. Come chill. Honestly, the first thing I said this morning was I will likely not take a trade today. And that's the thing, man. You don't need to take a trade every single day. Truly, you don't. Took a loss, but a small one, so you're happy. Good, man. At the end of the day, in this game, and how crazy this game is, small losses are a win, man. If you're trying to play the game and you get a little bit burned, but you don't like catch on fire, then you're good. You know what I mean? So good job. Good job. Do I hold it all? I do hold crypto, but that doesn't mean that I like think it's worth it. Like, okay, like just because I was buying in the bear market, right? I truly believe, Ty, what's up, bro? I truly believe that like in the end, it's all going to go to zero. Now, whether it does or not is a different like, whether it does or not is a different story, right? Just because I think that, who cares, right? We're trading it. But, just because I buy it, like, for example, when Ethereum was $1,400, like in April, I bought, and I told the Nexus that I bought. That doesn't mean that I think it's worth 4,000 or I think it's undervalued. I ultimately think it's all going to go to zero in the end, but why not make a bag off of it? I treat it like a trade, not like investing. I'm not like, oh, I'm buying for the next 10 years. I don't do that. When you can trade and you can generate money out of thin air trading, why would I need to spot? I don't care about spot buying, you know? Joined Nexus last week, but so much to learn, not trading. That's probably a good idea, bro. By the way, welcome to the Nexus. Since we're on that topic of the Nexus, since we're on that topic, so, okay, let me just catch you guys up on what's going on. So I've been away on YouTube, off of YouTube for a long time, okay? I haven't been consistently on YouTube for quite some time now, and I'm back. Okay, I'm back full time. Yesterday, I did a USDT video. I highly recommend that everyone goes and checks out that video. Listen, I'm not even, like, look, guys, please understand when I say this, okay? I'm gonna seem arrogant. I'm gonna sound arrogant. I don't mean to be arrogant, okay? I promise you. Yo, Alex is in the chat. Can we get some otters in the chat, please? Is this gonna leak my my ad revenue and shit? Let's get some otters in the chat for Alex. Alex, we love you, bro. Okay, listen. Guys, listen. Let me just catch you up a little bit. I've been off of YouTube for a little while. I've been working on the Nexus. I've been working on the Nexus course. In my opinion, the Nexus is the healthiest that it's ever been right now. I'm not here to shill it. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this real quick. But the Nexus is the healthiest it's ever been. I made a poll yesterday, and I said, out of 10, how satisfied are you with the Nexus? Be honest, okay? Show results, 14, 7 to 8s, 39, 9 to 10s. We've been on absolute fire. I'm not always on fire. I'm not always winning, you know, but things have been very, very good, and it's because I've taken the time away from YouTube to build the Nexus. Now the Nexus is basically running on its own, okay? It's basically running on its own. So now I'm back on YouTube, okay? Now I'm back here for the general public, trying to help as many people as I can, which is what I believe ultimately the good Lord put me on earth to do. Now, I don't mean to sound arrogant here, and then we're going to get to actually trading because I do want to see if I can enter a position aside from the Dogecoin long that I just took. Okay. I don't want to sound arrogant. Listen to me. I wish that I had. It's going to sound so conceited. I don't mean it to be, but I promise I'm coming from a good place. I wish I had me to teach me when I was learning this shit. Nobody ever. Listen, we're in our own little ecosystem, our own little eco space, like the market site for people and whatever, being niche of a niche environment already, which is crypto. Like, nobody talks about this. This video, I promise you on my life, I'm going to start putting it in my description of how, like, I really outdid myself with this one. Go watch this video. I promise you this video is going to 10x your trading instantaneously. Phil, what the hell is up, my boy? Listen, Phil, when we stream on Friday, you know what's coming out, bro. The hair is coming out on Friday, and we're doing rock on Fridays. Anyways, this video, guys, like, again, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but go watch that video because it is so helpful. I promise you it will be. Okay, I promise you it will be. Anyway, my thing is super delayed. I can't see what you guys can see. Anyway, so yeah, that's where I've been. I've been away. I've been working on the Nexus, and now I'm back full time. So now we're gonna be streaming probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday, looking for trades during New York Open type things. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see how it goes. So yeah, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Geo, and I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does so that you can have confidence with your trades. This morning, I was talking about with the Nexus that I don't actually believe that we're going to get this scam dump that a lot of people are thinking that we're going to get. We were spot on about our longs yesterday. We longed yesterday. We closed our shorts, or we closed our longs here. And then now we just hit this demand, or this supply zone again, and we're rolling over. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens here. But I did long Dogecoin. Man, I wish I didn't take profit. I would have been up 2 grand right now. Would have been up 2 G's. Oh, yeah. Okay, Thomas. Funny. Okay, this is why I even went on that entire tangent. My bad, bro. I just went on so long. Anyway, the reason I went on that is because we're going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday every day. Or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And every week, I'm going to be doing giveaways. And my giveaways are for the Nexus intern role. So you'll have access to the Nexus for a week. And you'll have access to 3 of the 6 modules. So you can learn for free. And, you know, we're going to do the engagement farming and the whole thing, you know. Brother, I missed the Bitcoin long. Easy flip on the sweep of the lows. Nice and easy. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here real quick. It's, oh, yeah, you did right here. You know what, bro? It's all good because I got the Dogecoin long, so it's totally cool. Like, this is my Dogecoin long right now. Shouldn't have taken profit, but whatever. It is what it is. You got to cover your ass sometimes. So I'm totally cool with it. You know, I haven't really traded Bitcoin in a hot ass minute anyway. And, if I'm being real, there's nothing sexy about Bitcoin to me. I don't care to be long on Bitcoin. I don't know. I really don't care. I think that there are better opportunities other places. You know, I truly believe that. And not knocking anybody that is longing Bitcoin. You do you, okay? I just, you know, even when I did my analysis this morning, I even told the Nexus, like, I don't care to trade Bitcoin. I really don't. I really don't. All right. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Where did my chat go? Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna do a giveaway. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to sub if you're new here. We are long on Dogecoin. We're short across the board, but we've taken significant profits on the shorts across the board. That was an easy long if you were around. You could have actually longed right here. Right there, the easiest long. What's your structure? You have down, you have up, you have down, you have up, you have down, you have up, you have break. Right here, you go boom, long, you go stop loss. And you TP the other side of the range right there. And you're probably coming up to 114, 115. Where I'm going to be looking for shorts. I'm looking, well, now that we had this flip, a lot of things change. But yeah, I longed the Dogecoin. Yeah, I longed Doggycoin. So chilling on that. And we'll see how she goes. We'll see how she goes. Let's see what Ethereum did in the meantime. Man, I was telling the Nexus this morning that I don't think that we're going to have that scam dump. Nexus, if you're in here, drop me some tree emojis. I was saying, I'm like, yo, I don't think that we're going to come back to these lows. I was saying it this morning. Despite this dump, I was just, nah, I don't know. Now I think Ethereum could come up to like, you know, 4,300, maybe even 4,400. And then we get swing shorts down. You know, on Twitter, I've been saying, so last week I was like, we're going to get a minus 20% day. That minus 20% day was actually split up across a few days. Yeah, split across a few days. And, you know, now my idea is lower high, lower low. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. How she goes. She was one of the 2 traders you watch on YouTube. Alex, we love you, bro. Yo, Alex, I don't know if I told you this. I don't remember if I told you. You're going to have to correct me if I didn't. But I'm doing a 24-hour... I'm probably going to do a 24-hour stream like in 2 weeks, bro. So 24 hours is a hell of a long time. I'm going to need some creators with me. So if you want to hop on, you know, you're more than welcome, obviously. 24-hour live stream, bro. That's gonna be freaking nuts. Okay, let me check. Yeah, let me check SCI for you. Let's see if we can get into some trades. I do want to get into some trades. I do want to get into my trades. Let's check SCI. 24 hours is easy. I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, it probably is easy for me because I don't sleep. Like, I don't really sleep well, so it probably will be easy. Let's go. You're jumping on. Little cover. You'll cover me for an hour, bro. Please listen. You jump on and I'll power nap for 1 hour. All right, let's check. Let's check. The move happened so fast. Yeah, man, you had to just kind of catch the knife. That's why I traded Dogecoin, because it was an SFP. You've done 9 hours. I've done around, like, I think I've done 5 hours on the public YouTube, or 6, and then I did like 5 or 6 in the Nexus. So I'm around there too. I've done like 10 hours of streaming, but it was like split into 2. All right, let's check SEI. Let's check SEI. Oh man, I haven't checked this shit in a long time. All right, SEI is in a super high time frame range. Right, you're simply just ranging. Lot of liquidity on the lows. Some liquidity on the highs, not as much. Definitely more liquidity on the lows. And you're looking to long it right now. I would not long that personally. I'll tell you that already. But let's see where it bounced off of. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I never cheated. Then ain't it comfortable? No, baby, no. I don't care for your love. All right, well, I did hit a 1 hour block. I have 0 confirmation here. You did, similar to Bitcoin, have your down, up, down, up. Although I don't like that structure, and even if I did, it's way too late now. You're not gonna long. I'm not gonna long this. Put the stop loss here and then target. I mean, you could do this. I think it could make its way up to here. I think it could do something like this. But I wouldn't take that trade. That's way too risky for me, and that is way not good risk reward. 2.55 risk reward trade for a setup like this, which is super risky, and you probably have to take profit before this even gets hit. If that's even going to get hit, yeah, that's not a trade that I would take personally. But what I would take is I need to see a flip zone. So we don't really have anything to work with right now. Let me see. Yeah, that might have been your low, but we don't have anything to work with. Let me pull up my vector candles. Yeah, that could have been your low. I wouldn't be surprised if that was your low. I actually very much so would not be. Oh, disclaimer. Holy smokes. Okay. Let's see if we can do this in one breath. Ready? Disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke. I should not be taken seriously. Jules and incompetent 5 2 and 3/4 want to be singing non financial advisor. Cryptos can't make money line as impossible. Global warming is real. The earth is flat. Real discretion is advised. Whoa, that must have been one of my best ones yet. Anyway, so that could be your low, right? Now the thing is that if that's going to be your low, now the game, like, okay, here's how I trade, everybody. So if this is my low and this is my target, great. Now the game becomes get the best risk reward possible, right? I'm not going to just, like I said, I'm not going to just long this right now, put the stop loss here and then target that. That's silly in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, that's silly. I'm not doing that. What I will do, however, is look for a better entry. So I will look for flip zones. I will look for new demand ranges. And what will happen potentially, like, so here's the difference between myself and others, okay? Other people are like, oh, I missed the trade. I missed the trade. You didn't miss anything. Let's just say you know that price is coming here. This is your target, right? Well, what if it does this? And then it does this. And then it does this. Well, now you have a trade here. And what is your entry? Yeah, you have a worse entry, but your risk to reward is way better. You make more money on this trade than you do on this trade, right? Way more money. So there's no such thing as missing a trade if you know how to trade and what to look for. Yeah, so for if this is going to be the low, which I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm just not convinced that this is a good trade. It could be the low. It makes sense for it to be like something like this, where you come up to here and then you hit this and then you rotate down. That makes sense. So if this is going to be a significant low, the question now is how do we get into that trade, right? Because understanding the direction is one part of it, right? That's like one element of it. But actually trading it is another thing. Again, you can do this if you want to. I would never do this. For me, that's A, too risky, and B, 2.4 risk to reward trade. You're not gonna gain like wealth doing that, right? I need 3+, 4+, 5+ for me. So if I see something like this, perhaps, where we come up, we break this, and then we get this, then I'll long that. And if it doesn't happen, and if it literally just goes like this, like in one candle, just does that, then you missed the trade. Whatever. Look for another one. Get into another one. That's how I move, you know? That's how I move. That's how I move. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Randy told you to be here. What's up, bro? Lasers go pew pew. Yeah, man. They were talking about the whole $30 or $20 Bitcoin thing, or 30K Bitcoin. Man, Randy hates on me for no reason. I don't know. Just because I say I wouldn't buy Bitcoin below 30K or above 30K. Anyway, so there could be an entry there, but you'd have to watch it. And I don't really trade this thing, but let me see if I can find an entry. Because that could be the low, but okay, I would consider, keyword is consider, along from here. But although I don't think that that's going to work out, I would consider it if it does happen. Yeah, alternatively, I would need that high to break. I would need this. Break that and then come down and then do that, and I would long that. I would long that. So I just took a Dogecoin long for anybody tuning in. There was a Bitcoin long. I didn't take Bitcoin. I actually haven't been trading Bitcoin. I haven't looked at Bitcoin in a month. I'm not even joking. Like, I look at it for the Nexus, but I don't, right? No. I don't care about Bitcoin. I don't care to trade it. It's absolutely blows to trade, so. So I didn't know this, but I actually had limit. Oh my gosh. I had a limit order here on Sol, like an idiot. I'm an idiot for having that limit order, but I had a limit order. So I am in Sol apparently. It's not a lot. I'm up $100 and I'm up 200%. So my margin is like $40. But I had a limit there. I told you guys I was looking for longs there, and you saw the position ready to go. I just didn't have the proper confirmation. Oh my days. My throat is fucked, man. All right. What's up, DDT? You took a scalp long there? Yeah, man. The Bitcoin long was easy if you were watching Bitcoin. Again, I took Dogecoin. I took Doggy Coin. I took Doggy Coin. And I'm holding this one, man. I think we could come up like I think we could do this. And this remains true on the entire market. I think we could get like a 8, 6, 7% pump. And then we roll over. I do think we're going to put in a lower high, lower low. So here's what I think is going to happen. For example, and this is my absolute favorite scenario. Bitcoin comes up, hits like 117. This is my golden zone right now. And then roll over. That's my favorite scenario. This would trip up so many traders. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Same with Ethereum. Look, we're prepared, okay? If Ethereum comes up to like 42.60, I'm looking to short it. If not that, even 44.65. This is my golden zone on Ethereum. Those are swing shorts. Now, I know that we need to be a little bit careful with Ethereum because Ethereum has these semi-equal highs on the all-time high. So we have to be careful. But if Bitcoin's going to roll over, then so is Ethereum. So that's something to know, which is why I wrote, if we get a markup phase, Ethereum may make it to the all-time high equal highs. I'm going to have to adjust to see how things go. Man, I really shouldn't have taken profit on that Dogecoin long. I would have been up 3K. Now I'm only up 2K. Anyway, shoulda, coulda, woulda. So, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I said it on Twitter. Right, look at this position. Right, look at this position on Sol. Where's that pointing to? Right, 190. So if this goes up to 190, like I said, that will trip up a lot of people. Right? That will trip up a lot of people. Because people will see market structure flips. But here's the thing. Here's the caveat, right? What's your structure? You have low, you have high. You have low, you're going to have high. Let's say we make it up to here. You're going to have high. So people are going to expect higher, low, higher, high. But the problem is that Solana has all these lows. And when does structure fail you? Structure fails you when it has reason to. Which is what? Liquidity or rebalancing an imbalance, right? So a lot of people, a lot of people will get tripped up if that happens. And I think that's the max pain scenario, truly. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're on it, though. We are on a streak right now. Okay. Farcoin has liquidity moves fast. Man, yeah, I don't know. I don't really trade Farcoin. Yeah, and also, to coincide with that, by the way, USDT dominance has these equal highs now. Okay. So, something to come back for sure. Something to come back for, which is good. Right now, the best case scenario is happening. In my opinion, the best case scenario is happening. All right. Geo, what are my first steps when I open the chart after waking up every day? You need a routine. Same with the gym. Okay, let's give you a routine. So here's what I do, okay? Here's what I do. Let's say, I don't know, AVAX. Okay, here's what I do. I come on the higher time frame and I understand where I'm at based on my general understanding. Okay, listen, this is going to be kind of... AVAX is not the best example because I have a bunch of shit here, but actually this is all old shit. I don't need it. I don't need any of this. Garbage. Don't need it. See you later. Peace out. One love. Okay. So this is the... Here's the steps, okay? First of all, I'm zoomed out a little bit, right? Like, you need to know where you are. Right? So zoom out a little bit, know where you are. I don't really care about all this shit. You know, a lot of people will pull volume like across this whole thing. Yeah, that's a big time frame range. Sure. But like, you know, a lot of people, for example, will pull golden pockets like this. I don't care about that. That's way into the future. If we even ever get up there again. I don't care about that shit. I just need to know generally where we're at. You know, kind of like as a whole, like where are we? And the reason you need to know that is because where is the liquidity? Right? Where's the liquidity? Is what you need to know. So what I can tell you right now is that this low was swept and that this is a local range, as you can see, and that this local range has potentially turned into a Model 2 accumulation. Okay? So I need to know where I am. I need to know where I'm at in the high time frame. I need to understand liquidity, right? Where are they likely to go to? And I need to see what's happening like kind of locally as well. After I do that, I follow structure and I follow liquidity and I follow imbalances. So let me show you how I would do that in this specific case on AVAX, okay? So we know that we're in our range, right? We know we're in our range. I know that I have a potential Model 1 accumulation, okay? Model 2 accumulation, which means that I don't need this low to go again, okay? Now, understanding that, there are two possible scenarios if this is going to be an accumulation. Does this make sense to be an accumulation is the first question. Well, yes, it does, because you swept out high time frame liquidity, right? You swept out liquidity, and you're potentially coming back into imbalances. So that's great. Now, there's two scenarios. Let's just say AVAX is going to accumulate from here and it's going to go higher. Two possible scenarios. Number one is this is your low. Number two is it's not, okay? If it's not your low, then we're looking to take out this low one more time. And this, what we thought was going to be a Model 2 accumulation where the third tap is higher than the second, ends up being a Model 1 accumulation. Fine. That's a little complicated. Step one, identify your high time frame liquidity, imbalances, order blocks. Step two, identify your current price action and your range. What's going on right now? I can tell you exactly what's going on right now. You're in a range. You have a potential Model 2 accumulation, as we said. Let's structure out. When in doubt, structure out. What's your structure? You have low, you have high, you have low, you have high, you have low, and you flipped bullish, okay? So after you flip bullish, you're expecting a higher low to then make a higher high. Now, when we made that higher high, what happened? You actually got an internal market structure flip. So you SFP'd the high, and you got up, you got down, you got up, you got down, and you got break. That to me is telling me that this point is weak, okay? So this is now my protected high, and this is my targeted low. That's my target. That's my weak low. So protected high, weak low. You should be looking for shorts, okay? Not only should you be looking for shorts based on structure and based on the SFP, but just understand typical range theory. What's your range theory? When you are at the high of the range, which we absolutely are, that is undeniable, right? If you take your range and you put it in halves, okay, this is my premium section of the range. This is my discount section of the range. As long as you stick to this rule, don't long in premium and don't short in discount, you'll do a lot better. So you should be looking for shorts anyway. What do we have here? Well, here you have up, you have down, you have up, you have down, you have break. So your expectation is lower high to make a lower low. How do you know when that lower high to make a lower low comes in? Well, when you get a lower time frame market structure flip, which is where? Right here. So I can already tell you right now that this, if we make, like, this is probably going to be your lower high to then make a lower low. So we're targeting this. If you start closing below here, you're targeting this low. Now, you can't just be blinded by the idea of targeting that low, because we know that this is a higher time frame accumulation model. We know that this could have been your third tap, and this could have just been like your little stall area until you actually do continue higher. So you need to understand, you need to build the context, right? That being said, if AVAX comes down to, for example, something like this, I will still be looking for longs. And after we get this lower high, lower low, what do we expect? We're still expecting another lower high, lower low, but what if this lower high just does this? Then you're in a really nice long position, understanding your overall market sentiment and overall context, okay? Your swing long would be when that breaks and you come down, you get this, then you long that. So that's basically what I do every day on every pair. I understand my higher time frame liquidity. I understand where my order flow expectation is. Where is price likely to go? I'll show you an example. So let me just put an alert here just in case we do get this. Show you an example. Right now on Solana, right? This is my idea currently on Solana. So we know that we had this long on stream. We know that this long is targeting up to 190 if we're lucky enough to make it up there. Somewhere up there. It doesn't matter. Anywhere above like this green line, I'm ready to short, right? But remember your liquidity. So what's your liquidity? You have all these three, like look at all these lows. You have one, you have two, you have three, you have four equal lows right here. Right under those four equal lows, what do you have? You have inefficiency here. Right under that, you have these two equal lows right here. Right under that, you have these lows right here. Low and low. So you have to understand context. You have to understand your higher time frame liquidity. And that's why, even if we get a market structure flip to the upside, right? Look at these positions. I'm talking about price coming up, hitting this, and then rotating down and potentially having swing shorts down to these low levels. Like you think that Solana won't see 156 again? I will bet you my entire bag that it will. Right? I will bet you that it does. because the market is run by liquidity. It's not run on anything else. There's no manipulation. They need to attack liquidity, right? That's why by the way, I was completely wrong about this when I was talking about ADA hitting 50 cents and how I don't think that the low is in until ADA hits the 50 cents level. It's because you had one low, you had two lows, and then you had three equal lows. What are the idea? What's the chance that like doesn't get taken? So if we do get a decent pullback on ADA, then I will revisit the idea of these lows getting taken out. That's all it is. That's it. All right, let's see the chat. What's the chat saying? So long. Yeah, man, the so long was great. Was great. Randy says hello to everyone except Geo. Okay. 100 people watching and only 30 likes. Guys, listen, if you like the content, and only if you like the content, okay? I'm not here asking for charity. Only if you like the content. We have 100 people in here. We only have 37 likes. Hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. I'm back on YouTube full time. And, you know, my name is Geo. I'm 5'2" 3/4. Want to be singing non-financial advisor. And every day I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does so that you can have confidence with your trades. Lasers. You heard this guy saying, I do sing. Thank you for asking. I do. Libya wants to know why Geo's always a perma bear. Dude, this whole perma bear thing, y'all need to chill. Dude, I just long Doge. This is a long position. Look, let me show you. This, let me show you. Let me show you. This was taken right now. Right when the stream started. This guy right here. See that? Long. Long. That's a long. Brethren. I know you're just playing though. Anyway. Yeah, I did the disclaimer, but let's hit another disclaimer. Let's hit another disclaimer. Ready? Wait, what are we at? By the way, guys, okay, what are we at? 58 likes. At 100 likes, I'll do a giveaway. Okay, we're going to give away Nexus Intern for 1 week. You'll have access to all of it, baby. Let's get 100 likes. Let's start getting that engagement up. My engagement was so high before I got off of YouTube. Let's get that back. Let's run that back. 75x long equals top-notch degen mode. I would respectfully disagree, Randy. I think that using low leverage is risky as fuck, because if you're using low leverage, so look, here's your position, right? If you're using high leverage and your invalidation is here, right? Then you know how to trade. If you need low leverage, that means your invalidation can be all the way down here. Why in the world do you need a 9% stop loss, for example? That means you don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing, so I don't need any more than, like, this is even a lot, 1%. Look at the trade I took on Dogecoin today. Okay, let me show you this. Look at what I took on, well, I did take this accidentally on Solana. But these are my stop losses, okay? 0.75%. So I can use 100x leverage and not get cooked. Like, low leverage is what's risky. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Joe's in the company 5'2" the recorder want to be seeing non-financial advisor. Crypto scam, making money online is impossible. Global warming is real. The earth is flat. Oh, that was kind of a dirty one, man. That was kind of a dirty one. Not great. Viewer discretion is advised. My friends, do not copy my trades. I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, so please do not listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. TA on BTCD. Yeah, we could do Bitcoin dominance. We could look at BTCD. But I do want to answer this other question. Where was it? Is it possible to identify which Wyckoff model is forming? There are ways to know, yeah. So let's go over that first, and then I will, and then I'll go over BTC. So we'll write BTCD here. ABTC D. So we don't forget. Okay. We'll do in our face. Look how in our face it is. So we don't forget. Okay. Let's talk about how you know. First of all that is ranges, right? There's your tap 1. Tap 2 is always lower than tap 3. The question is, how do we know if, or sorry, tap 2 is always lower than tap 1. The question is, how do we know if we're going to get this? Or how do we know if we're going to get this? And there are ways to know, okay? Let's start with liquidity. First of all, if there is a fuck ton of liquidity below, let's just say there's a nice liquidity line right here, you're probably going to have a model 1, okay? So look, let's use Solana as the example. You see this liquidity? You see all these lows? See all that shit lows? So if we come down here and we do this, I'm going to think it's going to be a 1 because why would they not take that liquidity? That's retarded. Number 2, if you get a break of structure, if this breaks this, well, what's your expectational order flow based on your structure anyway? It's higher low, higher high. So it makes more sense to be a model 2 in that example. However, you need to understand your liquidity, right? If there's sometimes what happens is this breaks structure to the upside and then there's still liquidity to the downside and then they'll do this and it's like, what the hell just happened? Well, yeah, you didn't pay attention to your higher time frame liquidity, right? You got to understand your liquidity. Always understand liquidity. Always. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can analyze volume and stuff too, but I don't even use the volume indicator. Every time I use indicators, I lose. So I don't use any indicators for the most part. All right, let us see. Yeah, I know, bro. I've been out of practice, Phil. I'm telling you, dude. All right, let's go over BTC dominance, okay? BTC dominance. So Bitcoin dominance right now is in a demand zone. In a pretty big demand zone at that. I find it very hard to believe that we're going to just rinse right through this demand zone. I find it very, very difficult to believe. Randy needs to join the Nexus. I know. I got to teach Randy how to trade, but she needs to stop, like, you know, talking shit to me on her streams and shit, you know? Like, I'm just trying to help. Like, when I tell everybody, when I hop on her stream and I'm like, Randy, how are you going to... Oh, I got to answer this question too. When I hop on our stream and I'm like, well, I don't actually say this, but I was going to, but I didn't want it to come out of bad context. But like, you know, like, man, listen, they're all Bitcoin maxis and whatever. And they're all like, what's Randy? I don't know if you're still in here, but her line is like, you know, no intermediaries, no whatever. Anyway, my thing is like, well, what are all these like Bitcoin maxis gonna say when it does be a bear market? and it's just going nothing but down. Basically, their only defense is going to be, well, 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. And I'm going to say, yeah, you should have sold that shit at 100K. Like, you're fucking crazy. That smile, though. Yeah, I have actually perfect teeth. Should we zoom into the pearls? I have a little bit of bedhead. I didn't sleep last night. Anyway, yeah, like, I just think it's funny. Like, the no anyways, whatever. All right, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance right now. Look. Whoever was asking me about my routine every day, we'll do it on Bitcoin dominance and then we'll answer this question. Okay, what's your structure? When in doubt, structure out. I say it all the time. You have low, you have high, you have low, you have high. That's a break in structure, right? So now you're expecting higher low, higher high. Fine. Now you did get a break here. Okay, you did get this. You definitely got this where this is that. That's a break. Fine. But on a higher time frame, this is your structure where it's just low, high, low, high. So you could just be putting in a higher low to make a higher high, right? Now we're identifying distribution models, okay? We're looking for how do we, okay, like let's just say this was tradable, right? We're not trading dominance, but let's just say it was tradable. Well, what are we looking for right now? This zone right here is what I call my golden zone, okay? This is my golden zone because this was your break of structure. You have low, you have high, you have low, you have high, you have break. This was your last sell to the buy that not only broke this, but also broke this. So this is a very, 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 very key level. Very key level. The odds that this just gets completely ran through like Bonnie Blue is very slim, in my opinion. So we're looking for Bitcoin dominance to get a bounce from here. Okay. Now here's the caveat. Bitcoin dominance will tell you what obviously Bitcoin is doing relative to the other markets. Okay. Now, if Bitcoin dies while Bitcoin dominance rises, your alts are going to get titty fucked. Okay. And I'm telling you guys, for me, in my opinion, it is very unlikely, Alex. It is very unlikely that we just break through this zone. I don't think it's likely that we break through this zone. So that means that I think at the very least, Bitcoin dominance can get a move up to perhaps 61.4. Now, if that happens, if you're bullish on the alts, you better hope that that Bitcoin is rising when that happens, not falling. Okay. If it falls, then you're also just gonna get titty fucked, like I said. So that's what I'm looking at. Now here's the thing. What do we say, right? When you have, this is a model, this is what appears to be a model 1 distribution. However, when does structure fail you? When you have reason for it to. When you have liquidity or an imbalance above or below your zones. Well, what do you have here? Likely to form range. Watch for model 1 distribution. So I'm not going to count this because this was a break right here. So that's not part of my range. That's a break. My range is this is my range. After you get your break, you're expecting lower high to make a lower low. So these are the moments where, remember when I said sometimes you get the break and then it still fakes you out? This is when that could happen because this inefficiency has not been hit yet. Like I said, you better hope that if this level holds like I suspect that it will. And by the way, if it doesn't hold, you're going to have a wicked alt season. Okay? Look at where the arrow is pointing to. Okay? But I don't think that that's like, you know, necessarily like this is not an easy zone to break. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. Oh, that smile though. Yeah. He didn't sing for me, so I'll leave it to avoid further distractions. Listen, girl, we're working. All right? We're working. This chick is a simp. Bitcoin is tradable on Blowfin. Oh, really? Is it? I didn't even know that. I don't really follow Bitcoin dominance. If ETH dominance was tradable, oh, baby. Alts are secondary. Buoyant top, calling it right now. M2 with PO3. Oh, Buoyant's calling the top? So, let me tell you this. Let's talk about USDT, right? Yesterday, by the way, for those who don't know, I made a USDT video, okay? Everyone needs to watch this USDT video. It is the best video. I promise you it's the best video on the internet. I promise you that. Now, you want shit to get really spooky? Let's get really spooky now, okay? What's your high time frame range? This is your range. Okay? This is your demand zone that you're in right now currently. This is your first tap. This is your second tap. This could be, not is, this could be your third tap. You do have another zone below here that we're keeping our eye on. But if you start closing candles above here, this is very likely, not likely, but what's your structure? When does structure out, right? You had this low and then you SFP'd that low and you got your structure flip, which is automatically telling me that I'm looking to target this high. Well, that high hasn't been hit yet, has it? If you get now on, so we're looking for an accumulation either here or here. If this breaks up like this, especially if it comes down and give you a retest, like the odds of you coming to 6.73 are very likely, which means the bull run is over. Very likely at that point that the bull run is over, in my opinion. So while everybody's talking about super cycle, alt season, this has to do this, this has to do that, whatever, this is showing you otherwise. Just saying. This is not the time to be buying. This is the time to be selling because you're in a bull run. You do not buy in the bull run. You buy in the bear market and you sell in the bull market. Just saying. Just saying. Let me love you. Wait, y'all scared off Randy? I didn't even do anything. I just didn't give her attention. She ran away. It should be the other way around. When I give them attention, they run away. All right. Look at the supply. POIs on USDT. MTF 8 hour. Like, I think, here's what I think. Remember, when does structure fail? Structure fails when it has a reason to. I think that we're going to come up to 5%. And then this is where we either get the higher low, higher high, or we hit this and then do that. And then this is bull run, it's over. One of the two. All right. That's what I think, but we'll see. We'll see. Only Geo knows what you're talking about. You should be in the Discord, bro. You should be in the Disky. Man, I shouldn't have taken profit on that long. I would have been up 4K. Now I'm only up 2.5. Yeah, you got it right. This is your look. Actually, I'm just gonna show you. So, man, y'all know I ain't capping anyway. But let me show you what's up. Let me show you how we do. When I put my TA back on, look what this says. 3-day M2A zone, M1A zone. You and me, we're locked in, bruv. We got it. While everybody else is super like bull all the time, we're locked in, bruv. We are locked in. We're locked in. Anyways, Nexus, target on that long has been hit. You have to TP. Don't not TP. Don't be an idiot. We all know this thing can go to fucking zero very fast. We're gonna get tired of winning. Bro, I'm on like an 8-day winning streak. I haven't missed. Dude, we haven't missed at all. I can't even tell you how many R multiples we pulled in the Nexus recently. Like, it's actually been kind of crazy. Like, we are fucking killing it. And by the way, I take real trades. I don't take Mickey Mouse shit. Like, I don't take golden pockets and bullshit nonsense Mickey Mouse. Like, I don't do that. All right. What's Doge? Okay, so Doggy didn't hit the target yet. Here I will add to my position here. If we get a market structure flip. If we come down nicely like this, and then we get that, I will long that. And I'm already long from here. I don't think we will get that, but I'm long from there. And I think we could come up to like 23 cents, honestly. I think we could do this and then roll all the way down. 1-2 days of up and then down. But I would look for something like that. I would take that trade as well. And you have to TP on this NNTP line. You have to TP there. So we'll put an alert here. Man, we've been talking so much. We haven't been trading. I want to trade. What is the target for the Doge trade? Well, you have to take profit on this high. You have to. Because what could happen is you could just get rejected from here. So here's my idea. Basically, this is my idea. From this long, either this and then down, or this and then down. But I ultimately think that it's going to be down. Yo, Geo, no cap. What's my take on Wyckoff boy versus MT crew? I don't really know what that is. Is that like a... My bad, bro. I actually don't know. Is that like a... Is that like a group? I actually have no idea. So my bad. You gotta let me know. You're always bearish, lol. That's actually not true, lol. Not true at all. Randy wasn't given the wrench. Is there beef? No, I just she doesn't pop in the stream. Actually, there is beef. She doesn't follow me on anything, but then she still DMs me and sends me messages and replies to my tweets. So oh, okay. I don't know, man. Sorry, you lost me on that one. I'm not with you on that. Oh yeah, vectors. Okay. What was the question again? Do I use vectors? Man, listen, last week, 2 weeks ago, I didn't have one bearish bone in my body. Not one bearish bone in my body. And then 2 days ago, I didn't have one bullish bone in my body. And then last night, I did have a bullish bone in my body. Look, let's do this, and then I will answer the vector question. Nobody distract me. Look, over the past few days, I had 0 bullish bones in my body. Now I do. The plan for now is lower high, lower low. Okay, let's look. Man, the thing is, here, I'll tell you, this is what I've learned, man. The people kind of took me off YouTube. I got turned off on YouTube. I was like, you know what? People are gonna fucking come for me. Look, last week there was not one bearish bone in my body, and now there's not one bullish one. People just get mad. People just get mad when I'm right, you know? And look, I long and I short, and the difference between me now versus me last year before I took my break is like the better I got at trading. Which I've grown so much even in the last year. Man, I've made mistakes and I learn from my mistakes. I don't lose, I learn. The better I got at trading, the less I, you know. Okay, let me answer the vector question. No, I know, bro. I know. It's all jokes, man. She shouted me out as one of the best content creators. I know, man. We have a love-hate relationship. But it's not, we don't actually hate each other. It's just like a internet thing. At least I think. No. Bro, she was, yo, lasers, bro. You saw the other day, like, anyway. So my strategy is to chase liquidity because of my high leverage trades. No, it's not because of the high leverage trades. You can trade on low leverage as well, but you always attack liquidity. Yeah, liquidity and imbalances. Okay, vector question. What was the vector question? Whoops, I was trying to control F the actual vector question. I don't know where. Okay, why don't you use vectors as often as you used to? They don't work. No, they do work. They do work. Okay, vectors are actually very useful. Okay, they're very, very useful, and I'll explain why they are useful right now. So, vector candles. Let's hide the EMAs. Oh, what just happened? Oh, my link, my link short. That I was okay. Yeah, I'm chilling. Okay, cool. Man, I shouldn't have taken profit on that Dogecoin long. Anyway, okay. So here's the thing about vectors, right? Here's why you don't see them on my chart as much as you used to. There's 2 reasons. One of them is way stupider than the other one. The first reason, the stupider reason, is like the candles just look nicer when they're not colorful. But here's the truth, is that I have gotten way better at trading since I was using my vectors at the beginning. And I don't need the vectors anymore. Okay, I don't need them. I know where I'm targeting. I know where I'm targeting based on liquidity, and I know where I'm looking for longs or shorts. So I don't need the vectors to tell me that I'm looking for trades there. Okay? I know where I'm looking for trades. Now, here's where your vectors can become useful. And here's, in my experience, where I've found them useful. The only time that I use indicators now are if I'm looking to enter, I will consider using indicators, right? Whether it's an oscillator, whether it's open interest. Vectors are interesting because vectors give you an insight as to where your low or high may be. The reason why I say that is vectors are likely to gonna get recovered, but look at this example on Dogecoin, right? Look how we came down with red vectors. So if I'm looking to long, I know that it's better that we're coming down with red vectors because we know that vectors are likely going to get recovered. When you pop out without red vectors or without any vectors, then it's less likely that you're going to come back and revisit this. So this exact long that I took is extra confluence now because of the fact that there's no vectors here. So that's how I use it sometimes. I don't really focus on vectors the way that I used to. I don't need to. But when I'm looking for entries and I'm trying to understand what is likely, what is probable, same with Bitcoin here, right? Like Bitcoin had taken out these like vectors and then you're popping out with 0 vectors. That to me is telling me it's more likely that your low is in. You don't need to see any vid to know how he trades. Yeah. All the gray boxes are order blocks? Yes. Vectors are good for entries and exits? Yes. Yo, Geo, not the vectors, the zones. They help you for confluence along with POIs. Well, your vectors are essentially just giving, like if you turn on the vector candle boxes, they're going to give you zones, right? Like if you, how do I do this? Boxes. So all of the, oh no, that's not it. Okay, let's do that. That's part of Tino's thing. Let's pull up TR main. So if I turn on the boxes here, is it gonna show it? I might have it turned off. Anyway, whatever. You know, you're gonna know what I mean. So like this, for example, this vector, the vector candle zones just show you the vector, right? So that would be like if the indicator was on, it would look like that, right? But again, I know where I'm looking anyway, right? So, but yeah, they can be very helpful. Vectors can be very, very helpful. Okay, man, I have a sad story for you guys on Sol. I took a really good Sol long last night and I fucked it up and I goofed it. I fumbled the bag. All right. Let's see. Man, I came here and said that I took a small loss long too early. Now you're not happy that with your small loss, seeing that what's going on right now, your shitcoin came back to a price at a bit higher than entry. Oh man, that happens. That happened to me yesterday on Sol. I got stopped out like an idiot. Because I was dumb, not because, you know, whatever. Because I was dumb, you know. How's the man Geo doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm on a win streak, so that's good. I'm back in the gym. I'm back to eating right, so that's good. You know, things are going very well. I'm happy, and that's why I'm back here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be here, you know? Thank you for asking. How are you doing? No SSSD? I just do... What is SSS? Sell side? You're giving me these abbreviations, bro, that I don't know. I'm looking for buy side, I'm looking for sell side, I'm looking for inefficiencies. That's basically my trading. Do I trade fair value gaps? I do trade fair. Oh yeah, structural supply and demand. Yeah, I call it range based, but yes, I do. Yeah, I do use that. I do. I absolutely do. Yeah. Do I trade any fair value gaps? I don't trade fair value gaps directly. Okay, I don't trade fair value gaps directly, but the order blocks that I'm using involve fair value gaps. So there's still inefficiencies. I'm still looking for inefficiencies. Yes. I don't trade order block or fair value gaps directly though. How about MCB? I only use indicators when I'm looking to enter. I don't, like right now, to get directional bias. Like for me, I'm never gonna go, okay, the 4-hour time frame has bullish divergences. I don't do that. This shit doesn't work. Divergences don't fucking work. You know it, I know it, we all know it. They don't work. Yeah, bro, hit me in the Discord. The link's in the description down below. How long have we been live for, man? We've been live for too long. 1 hour. When market cipher breaks with, oh yeah, you already read that. Not gonna lie, flip zones are kind of useless. No, I disagree. Okay, the thing about flip zones are flip zones give you perspective that your supply or demand are failing. Right? That's like the idea behind it. Our job is to try to identify whether or not strength is coming into the market or not. Right? So when you have a flip zone, that's like, look, let me show you an example, okay? If you have this, if you have like down, up, down, up, down, up, and then you get a market structure flip here. The problem with this is that if you have an order block right here, what could happen is just this. Right? So the benefit of like learning if you should long in this zone comes from this flip zone. So we need to see sign. I need to see sign that this supply zone is going to fail. How do I see sign that that supply zone is going to fail? There's 3 ways. Either we hit it and then we SFP the low and then you get a flip here. That's sign that that's failing because this supply's job is to make a new low. Either that happens or we hit this and then you have like demand formed here and then you get a flip here. That's showing me that supply is likely, of course, nothing's 100%. Supply is likely going to fail if that happens. And the third reason is if it turns into a flip zone. So if you hit that and then you reject off of it and then you get above it, that's your flip zone. So don't think of it as just like a flip zone, and don't think of it as so I don't want to say technical. Technical is the wrong word. But think of it as like, what is that? Right? What is that doing? Why are you looking for a flip zone? What's happening in the market? Careful to say something doesn't work. Maybe for you, but for others it does. You see JC using divergences on MCB. Yeah, man. I don't know how he does it. I truly have no idea how he does it. For me, it doesn't work. I don't know how the hell he does it. Whether I have a selective coins to trade or do I just enter random trades? I just trade what's easy, bro. I literally trade what's easy. So let's just say, for example, like something left equal lows and something didn't. Actually, you probably had an SMT. Let's see if we had an SMT between Bitcoin and ETH today on this low. So Bitcoin made a new low. I bet you ETH didn't. Yeah. So you had an SMT between here, right? Between ETH and BTC, you had an SMT. If you had no structure flips on ETH, then I would trade BTC because BTC gave me a nice structure flip, right? I just trade what's easy, man. I just trade what's easy. How often do I do practicing the live stream in my premium Discord? So, in the Nexus, the schedule is Sunday evening. We prepare for the week. That's an optional stream. Monday to Friday, we stream every morning at 8 a.m., 8:30 around there. We get ready for the day. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we stream either around 2 p.m. EST for my Europe people or around like 6 or 7 p.m. EST for my New York people. And those are your practicing the game streams. So we do those twice a week. Today, we're doing a psychology stream where I'm going to help everybody with their mental, right? With the psychological element of it all. But yeah, I mean, we're in there all the time. You know, I'm streaming all the time and I'm in there all like giving updates and stuff too. So, you know, you don't need to wait for a stream to ask me something. I'll answer a question. I'll hop on and I'll do that right away. So you get all that in the Nexus. Yeah, I'll check it, bro. I'll check it. I'll check it. I will check it. I will check it out. I just added you. Okay, I'm bored and I gotta go to the gym. Yup, I catch myself that you trusted MCB too much and gave you stupid losses. I'm using Fu Manchu, but you don't have RSIs. What do I think it's worth it? Bro, I don't even look. Even with my MCB, like when I used it the way that I used to, like I don't use it the way that when I started the channel, I used to use it like, man, it got nerfed. I'm like, it truly got nerfed. Sorry to say. I think it got nerfed. Right? Like, okay, let me show you the exact moment where I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? Look at Bitcoin. If you use the replay tool, okay? If you use the replay tool and you see this, in what world is this not short to zero? Money flow's been coming out since the last year and a half. You're getting divergences across the board. Your RSIs are tight and they're red. And then look what happens. You even get another red dot and money flow crossed into the red. Your money flow even crossed into the red. Look what happens. Like my whole being called a perma bear was because when we were back at 38K and they left nothing but liquidity and I saw this, right? Let's turn the shit RSIs off. Whatever. I saw this money flow coming out, momentum coming out. Oh, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. Oh, Geo, you're a perma bear. You're a perma bear. And then bam. And like I got fucking gaslit. Like, you can't tell me, you know, even if the high time, man, you can't tell me that it, like, I'm way better when I don't look at it. Every loss I take, it's because I use it. Now I haven't opened it up for the last 2 weeks, and I'm on an 8-day streak right now. I'm on an 8-day streak right now. No losses in 8 days. And I'm not looking at shit. I don't care how it's looking. I don't care what the money flow is. I don't care what the divergences are. Because this shit, like, Bitcoin didn't go down. Like, right now, if Bitcoin doesn't go to fucking 0... But I'm being called a perma bear. Man, I don't fuck with that. Fuck that. I don't fuck with that shit. Okay, just subscribed. Great content. Can I briefly revisit chasing liquidity one more time before I end the stream? Yeah, man. Just always look for where liquidity lies, is the long story short of it. So let's look at Bitcoin right now. Where is your liquidity? If you're going to ask, like, where's your liquidity? Well, you have liquidity beneath this low. So that low is probably going to go, considering how close we are to it. And you have this little, like, line of liquidity, which means some people have stop losses here. 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 So if we know that this low is likely going to go because we're so close to it, let's just say we don't go to it right now. Well, that means any rise we get, I'm looking to short it down to those now what would be semi-equal lows. That's basically the premise of what I do. Yeah, catch yourself trusting. Oh, yeah. And then RSIs specifically, like, fuck RSIs, bro. RSIs is the biggest. RSIs. So listen, I trade smart money, okay? I've always traded smart money. I've never traded like retail. 95% of retail loses, yet retail is who teaches you how to trade. The first thing that retail learns is RSI. Fuck RSI. It doesn't work. The divergences don't work. You know it and I know it. Like, who are we trying to gaslight here? So no, I don't think that the RSI, fuck RSI. If RSI and market cipher and everything else can diverge 1,000,000 times, what the fuck is the point? What's the point if it can diverge that many times? What's the point? So no, I don't think it's worth it for RSI. Fuck the RSI. In the ass, fuck the RSI. Trading gets so much easier and more consistent when you bin off. Yeah, man, just structure, order blocks, that's it. Study him hard, bro. In my opinion, is one of the best traders in crypto you've ever seen. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate the love. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. Steve says, hey, brother, didn't know you had a channel. Saw you on Miss Teen Crypto. Yeah, man, we have a little love-hate relationship, but I appreciate you being here, man. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope you're doing well, my friend, and, you know, hope all is well. God bless. Do I use VWAPs? I probably should use VWAPs more than I do, but I never remember to be honest with you. I never remember to. I should, but I never remember to. All right, let me hit you guys with a disclaimer real quick, and then it's gym time, motherfucker. Disclaimer! All content presented is a complete joke and shit. I'm making taken seriously. Joe's an incompetent 5 2 3/4 want to be singing non-financial advisor. Crypto scam, making money on is impossible. Global ring is real and the earth is flat. Okay, no, we gotta do better than that. We gotta do better than that. All right, let's do it better than that. Hold on, let me stand up. We're gonna stand up for this. Okay. We're gonna hit this one, baby. Okay. Ready? Disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Geo's an incompetent 5 2 3/4 want to be singing non-financial advisor. Crypto scam, making money online is impossible. Global warming is real and the earth is flat. Viewer discretion is advised. Damn, that was a good one. Oh man. Just trade the levels, structure, and price action. The rest is noise. I agree. That's why I use the indicators still for entries only, because I already know where I'm targeting. I already know what I'm looking for. I don't use it for directional bias. I don't say we have a bull div on the 4-hour time frame. I don't give a fuck about that. That shit doesn't work at all. Approximately 12 months of Geo claiming he is the king of RSI. Yeah, imagine. I'm the king of USDT, baby. Do I wait for a reconfirmation in the same time frame or use a lower time frame? Doge, Doggy Coin. I'm long on you, by the way. Here's what I'm gonna say. This is a hot take. This is going to be a hot take, and not many people are going to understand me. I'm often misspoken, but that's where I've had my success because I don't use cup and handles and stupid shit. Wait, what was the question again? Oh, yeah. Here's my hot take. I don't think time frames are real, bro. Everybody's like, the 4 hours bullish, the 5 minute is bearish, the daily is bullish. What are you talking about? Time, I'll tell you, you wanna know something about time? It is 11:35 a.m. That's the time. I don't believe in time frames. You're looking at time frames to analyze the price action, sure, because that's what TradingView, like, you have to. But your question is, do I use a lower time frame? I mean, typically, yeah, but it's not. I don't use time frames. I'm watching the price action. I'm watching the flip zones. I'm watching the supply zones. I'm watching the demand. I'm not looking at the time frames necessarily, right? I can see price on all times right now. Like, look, what's your structure on the 1 minute? It's low, it's high, it's low, it's high, it's low, it's high, it's low, it's high. Great. What's your structure on the 10 minute? It's low, maybe high, low, high, low, high. Fine. What's your structure on the 30 minute or the 1 hour? It's low, it's high, it's low, it's high. I can see it all on the same thing. So I don't, that's the part, like, and listen, I know I'm misspoken here. I know that I'm the crazy one here. Yeah, man, I use time frame buckets. I don't use time frames. Everybody's like, what's your favorite time frame? That question to me is telling me, like, you don't really know what you're doing. Like, you might know what you're doing, but not to the extent that I do. And I don't mean to be arrogant with that. Like, time frames is the wrong question to ask, in my opinion. Sorry for the hot take. I didn't mean to get all, like, you know. Glad I'm back and happy and looking after myself. Mad love, DDT, brother. We love you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I did long Doge. I long Doggy Coin. This is my Dogecoin long. I'm gonna show you guys this, and I'm gonna bounce. I longed it this morning. I took 50% out. I'm an idiot. I would have been up 5K if I didn't take 50% out, but I'm an idiot. But we actually probably need to TP here. I need to keep the Nexus informed too, because we've been streaming. I get distracted. I think I keep it so simple that people are wanting to overcomplicate it. It's actually a refreshing look. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was a mess trading before I met Geo and took his boot camps. Now Geo has the Nexus and his courses and is blunt and straight to the point. Makes it super simple. Brad, we love you, brother. We love you. What's your favorite time frame? Is the one question that's actually stupid. Yeah, man. Like, what do you mean? It's 11:37 and the price is 14,000. It doesn't matter which time frame you go on. The price is 14K, broski. People, I don't know, man. Like, people, you know what I think it is? I think people try to, I think some people, like, they make that a thing to just, like, kind of feel included, like, to make a community out of it. Like, it's more of a talking point than anything, you know? Same with, like, that's how I feel about all retail TA. Whenever I see stupid shit like this, like, oh, here's your flagpole, you know, this is your target. Like, whenever I see dumb shit like this, all I see is, like, people that are trying to have a talking point and be friends with each other. Like, this isn't real. It's not real. It's like a club. I don't know. That's just, like, how I think of it. Maybe I'm crazy, man. I'm the outlier here. Don't think I'm not. Like, I'm the crazy one, but I don't trade like anyone. I don't do any of that. How does that make sense? You're supposed to target liquidity and imbalances. All right, my friends, listen. The comeback is real. Yesterday, I posted a USDT dominance video. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I'm telling you right now that this video, I promise you, if I'm lying, I'm not lying. I'm not even gonna hiccup when I say this. This video is the greatest video that you're going to see on YouTube. I promise you that. I don't give you guys the same shit that everybody else gives you. Okay? Watch the video. Okay? Watch the video. It doesn't serve me well if you watch it. I'm telling you for you. Watch that video. It will change your trading. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, that video will change your trading. Really. Not Mickey Mouse shit. No cup and handles. None of that shit. It will change your trading. Okay? Go watch that. We're back on YouTube. I will see you guys on Friday for Rock Friday. YouTube, I hope we are all happy, healthy, wealthy. If you like the content, consider subscribing. And one love, baby. Have a good one. Trade safe, be good. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy. One love.
Set my heart on fire.